Today we're going over a few techniques to age your buckles. Welcome to the Santa Claus Workshop, a place of instruction to ambassadors, apprentices and helpers for the man at the North Pole. I'm your host, Stuart Deacon Jr., also known as Santa Stuart. Let's get to it. Santa goes up and down many chimneys each year. As such, his clothes may get a bit tarnished with ashes and soot. Adding a bit of paint to your buckles makes them look well used. It can also bring out some of the details in photos and when being viewed from far away. Now, there's no right or wrong in this issue. This is a matter of taste or preference, just as some of you prefer cola suits to traditional suits or other clothing items. There is nothing wrong with having a shiny buckle. I personally prefer the aged look, but I have worn buckles that are shiny and some which I have aged myself. It just depends on my mood, what I want to wear, and what goes well with my outfit. It is my hope that this video can help you experiment and find what you prefer, whether in person or in photos. What you prefer to look at, what others prefer to look at. I have experimented with 3 main ways to age a buckle. I have used watered down acrylic paint, wax metallic finish, and spray paint. After a lot of trial and error, there are 2 ways I prefer to age buckles. We are going to focus on the spray paint method, and I'll tell you why. On my personal buckles, I have used acrylic paint and water after gilding them to be a certain hue of gold. The aging I want on these buckles has black and brown undertones, which means a lot of mixing and matching of paints and trying to getting, them into the right crevices of the design. It's a lot of work, very particular. I don't offer that on my shop to everybody. Just as the paint can be watered down, in this process it can also be removed with water, unless it's been sealed with a spray or some kind of varnish. However, if I use a clear coat, it shines up the darkened portion and makes the darkened portion look wet. If I use a matte spray, it dulls the highlights of the buckle. So in order to bypass all those issues of sealing, we're just going straight to the tried and tested method, utilising good old spray paint. I have here several buckles I have had cast and are available in my shop at the moment. If you see anything here you'd like, head over to thesantaschool.com/Santa shop and get one while they're in stock. I live day to day, and if I go, these all go with me. The most recent design that I have is the Flying Reindeer buckle, and it's for a 4-inch belt. They're offered in both gold and brass finish. Today I'll be using a brass finish as it goes better with the black paint. It just looks more cohesive. This is the before, this is the after. In order to age a buckle, you will need the following things. A belt buckle with designs, the more complex the better. A can of black or dark brown spray paint. I prefer Rust-Oleum satin protective enamel in black. Paint thinner. A medium bristle brush and small cup. Paper towels. And some newspaper or cardboard to protect your workstation. Step 1. Take some paper towels and cover the buckle bar and prong. You don't need paint on them, as well as on the back and border of the buckle. Covering the bar and prong saves you time removing the paint with the paint thinner later. Step 2. Take your buckle to a well-ventilated area and spray it with the paint. Make sure to shake the can first. Now, a brief sidebar on this. The process of aging a buckle is naturally counterintuitive. I will explain. The places on the buckle that the paint can easily hit are the same places that shouldn't be painted. You want the paint to get into the design portions that are harder to wipe off, the hard to reach spots. Once the paint dries, we'll be wiping those higher portions clear of the paint using the paint thinner. And what's left needs to stay in those little crevices. It's alright if you don't do a solid coat of paint or one side is covered more than the other. Don't let the paint cure. Do not leave it out for 24 hours. You need to have it only out there, outside for maybe 10 minutes, then bring it inside, move on to the next step. Step 3. After the paint is dry, remove the paper towel and pour a small amount of paint thinner into the cup. Dip the brush into the cup and get a small bit of the paint thinner. With the brush, apply paint thinner to the high areas. If you have too much paint thinner, the paint will get wet and run off. We don't want that, though it will happen in some places. We just want to soften the paint up so we can put it where we want it. We want the high parts shiny and the lower parts with more paint. You can work as fast or as slow as you want. Use a paper towel to remove paint from larger areas completely and the brush to modify the paint location. After a while, the paint thinner will evaporate and what is left will become dull and black again. Towards the end, the paint will become tougher to rub around. This is the perfect time to take your brush and dab it around the design to contour the little details and blend the transition from the shiny to the dull parts. Step 4. Use a paper towel and paint thinner to clean up the back, sides and the prong and buckle bar as needed. Step 5. Once the paint is no longer shiny, follow the timeline for letting the paint dry and cure. Some spray paint set in 20 minutes, others in a few hours or days. Your buckle might be a bit sticky to the touch after cleaning. That is the enamel residue, and once it cures, the stickiness will be gone as well. The finish on this buckle is the same as the finish on this one. We just added some black paint and it photographs really well. You can tell there's a lot more detail in this one. This one can look a bit shiny, a bit, especially with flash photography, it'll just look like a bunch of yellow right there. But we also had this kind made with the Santa Claus inspired buckles. That's the Santa Claus with an E. These were inspired by the film. So we had this one come, and this one is brown all over. There is no shine in the highlights. But there was shine in these highlights, but I liked how it was aged, but I really like the shine. So together, we added some black paint all around, and now we have a nice shiny version that preserves the highlights, but still goes really well with whatever suit you're having. I've got my 3-inch version, and my 3.15-inch version back here. That's the one I've gilded, and I've put it up on the mannequin. And there you have it. If you don't like the way it looks, you can always use paint thinner or paint remover to restore it, to remove the paint, to put it back to the way it used to look. Or you could buy another buckle, as someone will probably want to purchase the fantastic looking creation you've just made. Thank you to the patrons and members of the Santa Claus Workshop for making this video and additional online education possible. There are lots of videos, links, blog posts, and other resources curated and made available just for you here on thesantaschool.com. Remember that caring to prepare is the key to becoming an apprentice, ambassador, or true helper for the man at the North Pole. Prepare now. Make him proud. Take one. Marker. I have not worn this in years. During the painting today, I decided to wear something that would cover me up, so I got this jumpsuit or boiler suit. Army surplus years ago. This is what I wore when I made my sleigh. The whole time. Put this on over my clothes. So it's old and battered. Like many of us, we are all old and battered. You know what isn't battered though, but should be? More chicken nuggets. We should have battered chicken nuggets, not breaded, battered. Like, you got cod, any battered fish, it's good and crispy. McDonald's, they batter their chicken nuggets. Don't know of anywhere else that they batter them, but they need to batter them. Less breaded, more batter. But I do like bread too. Just not on chicken nuggets. Not as much batter. I prefer crispy. Crispy crunch, not something else.